Welcome to Beyond the Binary, the podcast where fantasies come to life. I'm Eden, your guide on this sensual journey. Tonight, we transport you to the vibrant streets of Mexico, where an unexpected romance blossoms between a married construction worker and a captivating tourist. Get ready to lose yourself in a story of forbidden passion and irresistible desire. Let's begin.
In the heart of Mexico, the sun was setting, casting a golden glow over the bustling streets. Omar, a construction worker in his 50s, wiped the sweat from his brow as he finished his shift. He was a sturdy man, with calloused hands and a strong, rugged appearance. Life had been simple and predictable until he noticed the new guest at the Airbnb across the street. David was a tourist, young and full of life. His presence was like a breath of fresh air in the otherwise monotonous neighborhood. With his easy smile and friendly demeanor, he quickly became a favorite among the locals. But it was his kind eyes and gentle nature that caught Omar's attention. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Omar found himself standing outside the Airbnb, watching David from a distance. He couldn't explain the pull he felt towards this man, a desire that was both confusing and exhilarating. It wasn't just the physical attraction. It was the way David made him feel seen, appreciated, and desired. Their first real encounter happened by chance. David was struggling with his luggage, and Omar, always the helpful neighbor, offered a hand. Their fingers brushed, and a spark ignited. David's eyes met Omar's, and in that moment, a silent understanding passed between them. "Thank you," David said, his voice soft and warm. "I'm David, by the way." "Omar," he replied, feeling a strange flutter in his chest. "Nice to meet you, David." Over the next few days, their paths crossed frequently. A smile here, a brief conversation there. The chemistry between them was undeniable, and soon, they found themselves seeking each other out more deliberately. The attraction grew stronger, more urgent. One evening, after a particularly long day, Omar found himself at David's door. The air was thick with anticipation as David opened the door, his eyes lighting up at the sight of Omar. "Come in," David said, his voice a seductive whisper. Omar hesitated for a moment, but the pull was too strong. He stepped inside, the door closing behind him with a soft click. They stood there, the air between them charged with electricity. David stepped closer, his fingers lightly tracing the lines of Omar's jaw. "I've been thinking about you," he confessed, his breath warm against Omar's skin. Omar's resolve melted away. He cupped David's face, his thumb brushing against his lips. "I can't stop thinking about you," he admitted, his voice rough with desire. Their lips met in a slow, searing kiss. Omar's hands roamed David's body, feeling the smoothness of his skin, the firmness of his muscles. David responded with equal fervor, his hands exploring every inch of Omar's rugged frame. "I need you," David whispered, pulling Omar towards the bedroom. The tension between them was palpable, their desire almost overwhelming. In the privacy of the bedroom, their passion ignited. Clothes were shed hastily, their bodies coming together in a tangle of limbs and heated kisses. Omar's hands found David's hardness, stroking him with a tenderness that belied his rough exterior. "Fuck me, Omar," David pleaded, his voice trembling with need. Omar's heart pounded in his chest. He positioned himself behind David, his hands gripping David's hips firmly. With a powerful thrust, Omar entered David, their bodies moving in a primal rhythm. The room filled with the sounds of their pleasure, their moans and gasps echoing off the walls. Omar's movements were fueled by a mixture of lust and an unspoken emotion that threatened to consume him. "You feel so good," David moaned, his head thrown back in ecstasy. "Don't stop." Omar's pace quickened, each thrust bringing them closer to the edge. Their bodies moved in perfect harmony, driven by a shared desire that neither of them could deny. As their climax approached, Omar leaned forward, his lips brushing against David's ear. "I've never felt this way before," he confessed, his voice hoarse. "You make me feel alive." With a final, powerful thrust, they both reached their peak, their bodies shuddering with the intensity of their release, They collapsed onto the bed, breathless and spent, their hearts beating in sync.
Thank you for joining us on this erotic journey. We hope you enjoyed this tale of forbidden passion and newfound desire. Stay tuned for more stories that will ignite your deepest fantasies. Until next time, this is Eden, signing off from